Hey, Sooner football fans. This is your Sooner football fans podcast. You got Terry, Rob, and Caleb here. Boomer up.
Boomer Terry.
Boomer Caleb.
Boomer.
And we're coming at you from the beautiful podcast palace in God's country, Norman, Oklahoma.
Where we are not affiliated with the University of Oklahoma.
But we do have eligibility left.
Which I could be using that hit pretty soon with my weight loss. Gain muscle.
Gonna walk on the wrestling team at 30.
Might as well.
Shoot, he's walking on it tied in.
If Whedon can do it, why can't I?
If who?
Whedon.
Whedon.
He was like my age. He was like my age whenever he came back to OSU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but remember to hit the subscribe, follow, like, whatever it is on your podcast, on YouTube, wherever you're listening to us from. Follow us on that, so it'll download, give you updates when we get our new podcast out.
Stalk us on Twitter.
Stalk us on Twitter at SoonerFBFans. And what else do we got out there, Rob? Facebook
Be sure
page.
to catch us on Netflix original QB1.
Correct.
Coming out next month. We'll update you on that information and let you know when.
And what episode. And the only thing that's disappointing about that is they didn't have us live on it, like walking around.
Right. They may show our picture, though. That'd be cool.
But also check out tailgateconnect.com. And Dan, the tailgater from California, it's his company. He can set you up with tailgates all over the country, including the Oklahoma-UCLA game tailgate in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl, the Sooner tailgate.
Which we are going to be at and have a great time.
Yes, we are. We got, I think last count, I think he said there's 35 officially signed up, and it's limited to 40. So, there's still time. We got fans coming from, I know, Vegas.
I want to say there's 10 spots left now, but
is there 10 now?
I may have not.
No, it's still, there's still spots available, but we got some LAPD going to be there. Some SWAT team members.
LA SWAT is going to be there. So I dare anybody to mess with us.
There's going to be some UCLA fans but a bunch of Sooner fans. So make sure and go sign up for that. Or if you're going to be traveling around, you'd like to see a tailgate somewhere else, you're not going to be at home for an OU game or something, he can set you up.
www.tailgateconnect.com.
And also remember to check out our YouTube videos on YouTube from Louis.
Thursday night at Louis.
And when you're in there, or if you ever go in there, tell them you know us. They might say okay.
They might let you stay.
Yeah. So, but Rob sent me an interesting text today. Mm-hmm. And we decided to do a full-length podcast on it. Rob, tell me about the conversation that you had with a fan.
Well, definitely there was a young man that came up to me today from Blanchard, Oklahoma. His name is Randy. And was talking.
Boomer Randy.
Yeah, Boomer Randy. Appreciate the heads up on this. And it's from hook'emheadlines.com.
Mm-hmm.
Terry's printed it off and got it. And some of you guys may have seen this already, but today was the first time I had seen it when Randy from Blanchard showed it to me. But it's Texas football, 10 most hated Oklahoma Sooners by Longhorns fans. So I'm not sure, did they do a straw poll or
I have I guess they put it out on Twitter because I copied the little thing. It says, wanted to run a poll. Who is your least favorite Oklahoma Sooner of all time? Write-ins or welcome? Hook'em Headlines at Hook'em Headlines. That's their Twitter handle at Hook'em. So the first thing I want to say is all you Texas fans out there, well, I know you're probably listening to our podcast.
I'm sure they are.
I bet you're going to listen to this one because I'm going to tag a bunch of Texans in this that are always saying, we're living rent-free in Oklahoma's head all year long. Rah, 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 rah.
I don't think we have one of these lists.
I do not think there is one website that has ever produced a top 10 most hated Longhorns by the Sooner fans. So
again, thank you, Randy from Blanchard. I really appreciate it. We're going to have fun with this podcast.
So we're going to start off with number 10, Jermaine Gresham. Why in the world would anybody dislike Jermaine Gresham?
I get it, but like I said, he did the horns down a lot. He didn't do much on the field to do the horns down, so he just stood there with the horns down, didn't do much.
Well, I mean,
And he was the main part of our offense, but we played against
Yeah.
Texas, he didn't show up. So, and he's always throwing horns down.
So I would say, Terry, in my opinion, that Jermaine wouldn't have made the top 10 because there are so many other
Yeah.
people that just ran all over him, just ran roughshod all over him. But Caleb is right in the fact that Jermaine, he wasn't shy about putting the horns in somebody's
from Guthrie,
face.
so, I mean-
Yeah. No, he's from Ardmore.
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 Ardmore was from Guthrie. Who was from Guthrie?
Um,
Oh, well. Doesn't matter.
it does say that he embodies Oklahoma football.
He does.
Um,
Oklahoma kid.
which is why he is so easy for Texas fans. So it says he never really did much in the game, but he still enjoys to flash the horns down gesture every once in a while, which makes him thoroughly unlikable player and any rival.
But it makes sense. Last time they were good, Gresham was playing, so
Yeah.
I actually had something to play for when he's out there. So it's in
So
So the next guy, I actually would have had a lot higher on the list. That's just my opinion. Just for the
one play.
one Superman play.
Well, it wasn't him though that did the play though. And that guy's
yeah, well,
Not
it's
even
Teddy,
all.
it's Teddy Lehman, and Teddy Lehman is the recipient of the Superman play.
And he terrorized them.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
cut-
he just killed.
He caught the pass,
Chrissy
scored
Sims.
the touchdown.
game stealing touchdown.
And in 2001, Oklahoma and Texas were both looking to be BCS national championship and Big 12 title contenders. But Lehman that sealed the deal for Oklahoma to walk away with the 2001 Red River victory with a final score of 14-3, with what was almost a game-winning interception. What was almost a game? It was the game-winning. Stupid Texans.
Yeah, definitely. So I probably would have had him a little higher just for that one play. But I mean, looking past that one play, I mean, he did terrorize,
Yeah.
Chris Sims and those guys. So
It's Chrissy.
Chrissy, yeah,
Sims, remember?
I do.
So, again, one that doesn't make any sense to me. Number 8,
Makes sense to me. He never lost to him. He always beat him. He was
Jason
undefeated.
White.
He's undefeated against him, so I would hate him too if he always beat our
Well,
ass.
I would think he would be a little higher too.
Yeah, because
so.
he always beat him. I think he never lost to him.
So, and that first game, I mean, is when he got hurt, right? That's
Yeah.
when he tore the ACL.
Yeah.
But he was lighting them up both in the air and on the ground.
Yeah.
And he got hurt, but then he came back and put a whooping on him the next 3 years in a row, right?
Yeah, he came. His best individual performance was in 2003. He threw for nearly 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. The 2003 Player of the Year and won the Heisman. Finding success with Oklahoma is something most Texas fans will always dislike.
Was that the 63-14 game?
That could have been.
Yeah, it could have
2003 when we went there.
That was such a good game.
But a name that didn't do anything in the NFL, like White, keeps drawing back to the same point of frustration for the Longhorns. Okay,
Because his knees.
Yeah, he had bad knees.
Yeah.
Okay,
2 of them.
now 2 of them, but he smoked you guys, and a lot of teams.
That's why they hate him.
in the NCAA. Just there are a lot of great college athletes who didn't make it in the NFL. So. Number 7, Caleb. Who's number 7?
Sam Bradford. This one makes no sense to me.
Yeah, because it didn't.
He has a losing record against him. Doesn't
Yeah.
he? And he lost. I think he lost twice. 'Cause he got hurt again the second time.
Yeah,
So I mean, he is 1-2 against Texas. He's even won one.
yeah. It says Stoops and Bradford just couldn't seem to get the best of Mack in the 2000s when he was at his very best. So were the Longhorns. He was injured during the 2009 after taking just 6 passing attempts.
Yeah, but you know why he's on this list, right?
Yeah,
Because he won the
Okay.
Heisman
'Cause he
over
won the
Colt
Because he
Heisman.
McCoy.
won it over Colt.
Yeah.
yeah.
And also we jumped him and played 4-2. There, and he's guy Y that year we won the Heisman.
Right?
Still, they still beat us when he played. So
Yeah, he lost 2 out of 3 times when he was at Oklahoma versus the Longhorns. But Sam Bradford never, other than he beat your
played,
guy out. But I mean, he wasn't outspoken. He wasn't.
like I said, like Rob said, he beat Colt McCoy in the Heisman. He's also the guy that, in their minds, why they didn't play for the national championship when they beat us. So I mean,
Yep.
I'd be mad too. I mean, I'd be like, it still went like you still beat us twice though when we played. So yeah, winning record gets them. So it shouldn't matter that much.
Yeah. Next one, Rob.
The next one is Billy Sims.
I can't say much on this because I wasn't live yet. So
You weren't even thought of yet.
Well, the first thing, the reason they probably hate him is because he's from Hooks, Texas.
Yeah.
So he chose Oklahoma over Texas, obviously, because, well, Barry Switzer probably, but
Two-time Heisman Trophy finalist, one-time winner.
should have won twice.
Led Oklahoma to that 31-10 win over the Longhorns in the 1978 edition of the Red River. Possibly the worst part about Sims, to Texas fan, he just idealized Oklahoma football. Oklahoma didn't have much to boast about in terms of Heisman winners before Sims arrived in Norman. We had two.
I mean, they have the time.
Probably none.
No, they had two because they haven't had one since. Well, wait, Ricky Williams won one, right?
Yeah, Ricky won one.
So, yeah, they had one.
Yeah.
Technically, I guess you could say Vince won one because Reggie Bush got his taken. So if I was one of them, that's what I would say. But I'm not one of them, so.
And they're incorrect. It says he was the second Heisman Trophy winner in Oklahoma football history. He was the third.
Right, Steve Owens was
Steve Owens was second. And
get your facts right.
Yeah, get your facts right. And Billy Vessels was numero uno.
Yep.
So, Sims put a lot of his more than 3,000 rushing yards and 42 touchdowns combined against Texas. He was the first overround pick in the 1980 NFL draft to the Detroit Lions. But he was just very successful with his time under former head coach Barry Switzer.
Do you think Switzer is the most hated coach in OU history?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Even though Bob beat him was more successful?
Number 5. We'll get to the coaches here in a minute.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson.
Makes sense. A lot of sense to me, obviously.
Who ran forever against the Texas Longhorns.
Yeah. Texas learned that experience its way to a 45-12 thrashing following year. Oh, wait a second. No. Thrashing. During his 3-year career, Oklahoma running back Peterson racked up over 4,000 total yards from scrimmage and 42 touchdowns. Very similar stat line to Sims did in his final 2 years. Peterson helped Oklahoma control the clock just enough to keep hapless Texas offense completely out of the end zone in 2004 edition. Nonetheless, Peterson was always a thorn in the side of the Longhorns. He was very shifty running back that very popularized and entertaining to watch. Shifty, he was a beast.
So it makes
more
sense to
I
me.
will run you over, I think.
Yeah.
This makes more sense to me, too, because he was the number one recruit. It was between us and Texas. And I'd be mad, too, if because I talked to my friend who's a Texas fan. If you went to Texas, you had him and Vince Young in backfield at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's a scary thought. And so I'm always thankful, thank God that didn't happen.
You know what? It might not have worked.
It would have worked. That's the craziest thing I've heard in my life. That's like saying, that would have worked.
Number
The
4,
most dominant players in this, that would have worked.
Keith Jackson.
And once
Keith
again,
Jackson.
it's before my time.
Tight
so.
end, 84 to 87.
Yeah, this one I think maybe he would have been a little too high, but
Yeah. Both when he was a member of the Sooners in the mid to late 80s and NFL career with the Philadelphia Eagles. He was very outspoken and confident tight end to let the opposition know how he felt. The factor that he could really unseat the Longhorn fans, especially when Jackson had success against them in the Red River like he did on a few occasions. He also helped the Sooners win a 1986 Orange Bowl.
who'd we beat? Penn State. Thrashed them.
Jackson is going to be the prototypical tight end. Will be the best at his position in Oklahoma football history. That Texas fans aren't going to like.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he was
good.
He was for a while. Anderson and
As far as the latest tight end who broke their hearts a couple years ago with Mark Andrews is on there.
That's Andrews.
Start with Trent Smith,
Jermaine
Gresham,
Yeah.
Mark Andrews. I mean, we've had some pretty good tight ends.
Yeah.
So.
Number 3, Kyler Murray. Like Caleb said, recent history.
Recent bias. Him and Ellinger got into it a lot last year. So I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, but don't you feel like he's a little high, only having played?
but it's just
against
this is
him
recent.
once?
This is recent. Like right now, I'd say my least favorite Texas player right now is Sam Ellinger. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
But we
it's
don't
just-
ask questions like that.
I mean, I was very open to how much I don't like that guy. So.
And they beat him once. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they beat him once, and he cried, and they made fun of him for crying.
Yep.
But I mean, Kyler lost to him, almost brought us back, and then Kyler beat him. I'm not going to say when it mattered because both games mattered in my opinion. But
I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
Yeah, to get to where we wanted to be, Kyler smoked them. So
Yep. That brings us to
number two,
Brian the Bosworth.
and wore the shoes where he wrote Fred Akers on the side of them.
But you know what? Everybody hated the Boz.
Yeah.
Everybody outside of Oklahoma, that is.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
Well, that's
yeah.
not true. Everybody in Oklahoma that wore orange and everybody outside of Oklahoma. Am I right?
Yeah. But that's just without saying, Bosworth, because he, I got it on the side of burnt orange makes me puke.
Yep.
There was something else he said about orange, he's an Oklahoma kid as well, and he was moved to Texas, I think, if I remember right. But he was originally from Oklahoma, and he hated Texas,
Yeah.
and still does.
Well, let me ask you this. How many other linebackers can you name that were a Heisman finalist? Caleb, can you name any?
I'm trying to think. I mean, Te'o is the only one I remember.
What about that kid from OSU a few years ago? Did he make the podium?
Mm-mm.
No, the only one I think recently was Monte Te'o, and he almost won, which is crazy.
Yeah. Him and
'cause
his
they were-
girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's because everybody felt bad about
He's
his
also in
invisible
Notre Dame, too,
girlfriend.
and they're first and they're good in like 30 years, so
And number one,
least
is-
shocking of it all.
yeah, because he's the most hated Sooner.
Right? Ever.
Ever.
He's the most hated Sooner. I think
Especially-
he even surpassed Boz.
This makes sense, too, because he's also from Austin, and he
Yeah.
grew up OU fan in Austin.
Yeah,
So-
which
You know who else
it's-
hates him? Kansas.
Yeah,
Everyone,
Baker.
everyone hates. If you're unless you're an OU fan or a Browns fan, you hate Baker. Like he's hated by a lot of people.
yeah. Baker Mayfield is the number one hated quarterback or Sooner by Texas fans, voted on by Texas fans. Now,
And they actually have a poll. Did you see the poll?
yeah, I didn't see the poll. I didn't, how many people voted.
Well, the way they worded it was, who is your least favorite Oklahoma Sooner of all time? Write-ins are welcome. So Baker Mayfield took 63% of the vote, and then Kyler Murray took 14%. Brian Bosworth at 13, and Sammy B at 10.
Oh, Kyler's second. Well, that'd be recent.
So
That's definitely recent. for
Did
Kyler's
they say
second.
how many people voted?
830 votes.
800.
That's all.
So 800. I'm not good at the new math. So 400 of them. 480 hate Baker Mayfield. So if we want to be scientific, that means half of Texas hates Baker Mayfield. 63% of Texas hates Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. They didn't have a whole lot of participation in that poll.
Yeah, but it was enough that they felt like they should write an article on it on hook'emheadlines.com. Now here is my question: is how does Barry Switzer not make that list?
Maybe they didn't think about writing coaches in.
I guess they probably were just focused on.
But I mean, a coach who openly hated Texas, wore the hats, hate Texas,
Made fun of them.
made fun of them. He had a winning record.
That's easy to do, really.
He was 9-5-2 against the Longhorns.
9-5-2.
Won his last 4 games by pretty big margin. The first, in 1985, he won 14-7. Oklahoma was ranked 2. Texas was 17. 86. Oklahoma won 47-12. We were ranked 6. Texas was not ranked. The following year, in 87, we won 44-9. We were ranked number 1. Texas was not ranked. And the 1988, Switzer's last year, we won 28-13. We were 10, and Texas was not ranked.
Wow.
And only one time in Barry Switzer's career did he go in to the Red River rivalry not ranked. And guess what he did?
Smoked them.
Beat them
I'm pretty sure doesn't Bob have a better record though?
28-22.
Like Bob has a better record, and Bob also beat teams like playing for national championship type teams too.
Yeah.
Like Bob beat teams like if whoever wins this is going to national championship pretty much, and Bob always beat them. Not only beat them, he beat the crap out of them.
Are you looking that up, Rob, or do you want me to look up? Do you want me to Google
Yeah, I
Bob
want you
Stoops?
to
Because
Google.
we'll...
Because there's times when they played like they're like almost like the first half of the from the early 2000s to like 2008, like whoever won that game is going to Big 12 championship and more likely going to BCS championship game.
Yeah. Let's see.
First year they lost. Know that one. They won what, 5 straight, 6 straight?
Well, here, geez, they just go through his record against he was Bob
What's
Stoops.
taking so long over there?
Bob
Well,
Stoops.
he's on the phone like an old man with one hand and one finger.
Bob Stoops was 12-0 against Kansas, 12-0 against Iowa State, 8-1 against Missouri, 5-2 against TCU, 6-2 against Colorado, 5-1 against West Virginia, 13-5 against Tech, 15-3 against Baylor, 11-3 against Kansas State, 11-3 against A&M, 6-2 against Nebraska, 14-4 versus Oklahoma State, and 11-7 against Texas.
Pretty good stats.
Yeah.
He also handed the Longhorns 2 of their worst losses in program history: 63-14 in 2000 and 65-13 in 2003.
Yeah.
So
Good games.
the 2 worst losses in Texas history
From Bob.
were from Bob.
Yeah.
And do you remember watching that 2000 game and sitting there just with your, I know we weren't hanging out together then, but I just remember my jaw dropping. Like I could not believe it's like, good Lord. It got embarrassing.
Yeah, I was at that game, actually. I loved every second of it, FYI.
So, again, you would think that Barry Switzer, who was so outspoken against Texas and still is,
Yeah.
would be, somebody would have said it. And Bob Stoops, who gave the program their two worst arse whoopings
And always
in history, in their
Right.
storied history.
and always knocked him out of the national championship picture
Yeah.
every year.
So
if I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, so I don't know why he wouldn't be on there.
I don't either. Yeah, but at least Bob should be on there, and Barry for
Yeah.
sure. But that's just I think you throw out Gresham and you throw out, I don't know, maybe Jason White.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but see, here's the thing: is I think Sooner fans just hate Texas. Period. There's not a list.
There's not one, but I was just sitting here trying to think if
You
I was
could-
going to try and get, I couldn't even get 10 people.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if y'all ask that question, you'll probably get just as many votes as that one did.
Maybe the
But we still need to put one out there.
yeah. But I'm just thinking, the 10 most hated, any of the ones that were hated were people like Eleanor and old hippie from last year.
That chick, what was her name?
Yeah,
I kind of hate. I mean, my way most. If I had someone else say is Shipley. I hate that freaking guy. Killed us every time. I hated that guy so much.
So you know who I would pick as the number one? It would be all the refs, and was it the 1984 game where we intercepted and they said we didn't, and I think they kicked the field goal and tied the game.
Yeah,
and
they ended
tie.
up tying it. That would have been in 84, 15-15.
1984.
See, I really hate Texas. I mean, Texas fans would make me more mad just because that stupid fight song they do and they just chant "OU sucks" every time. And I actually like Texas being good when we play them because it makes it more entertaining when we crush our souls afterwards. Because I hate going in the Texas game when we're like we have everything to lose and they have nothing to lose. Like those are the worst games because it's just like yeah, we beat them. Like, yeah, we should have beat them, or we lose to them. It's embarrassing. So, like, last 10 years, pretty much.
But yeah, it'd be all those refs in the 1984 game for me. Who would be on the top of your list, Terry?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I just don't. A genuine dislike.
all
for
number
them.
one?
Yeah, it's
They're all number
there's nothing. It seems like the more outspoken ones. Like I can't believe we can't. Remember that kid's name last year, the linebacker. They just got smoked by our offensive
I didn't
line.
mind him. I thought he was funny.
He was a defensive end.
Yeah, DN.
with the Goldilocks.
Yeah,
hairs.
whatever his
Brittany
name was.
Hager.
Yeah,
I thought he was funny.
Brecken.
I liked him. I thought he was funny. He made the game fun.
He was funny, but that's what was funny is you're just like, you're a Nimrod. You're an idiot.
He just got our guys just rolled him up like a tortilla.
My guys are guys who are quiet. I mean, Ellinger's not quiet. Like he's cocky. So I mean that's, but like I said, Colt McCoy pissed me off because his little pig nose. And then
So
Shipley is annoying as hell. So
to kind of tell on
Earl
what you
Campbell?
just said. No, he's my favorite Texan of all time. But
I said that because Rob was an Oilers fan back
I was
in the
an
day.
Oilers fan.
So
This is before I even knew that there was a rivalry between. But you know what? If Texas had players that were legit, I mean, just outstanding players, I mean, I don't like them because they're Texas, but I still respect their game.
Yeah.
You know, like I respected Ricky Williams because he was a beast.
Yeah. And how, speaking of that, how did our Ricky Williams not make, they gave Teddy Lehman,
Yeah.
that.
I mean, honestly, Roe Williams, I think, should be on there. If Roe Williams is the best player on that defense. And he's what caused Superman play to happen in the first place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's crazy to think about, though. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just dog days of summer. Or you Texans are actually like good again, so it's like let's get talk about that. Now they actually talk about us again.
Well, we hope so. They're coming into the season ranked number 9, so we need them to go undefeated so that when we play them, because we're number 5, if no one loses in front of us, we need that quality win.
And then we need them to win again, so we beat them again, and so we'll
So
beat
you
them
guys be
twice.
cheering for Texas against
No,
LSU?
I will never cheer for.
So
Texas.
SEC, you'll be cheering SEC team then? Be chanting SEC that night?
Well, we're gonna.
That's
have to
gonna be hard.
vote for
I
either one.
will. Yes, I will be rooting for LSU, and I know people out there go, "Well, it's a Big 12." I don't like Texas.
Oh, I hate LSU though.
I hate
Oh, my
LSU.
gosh.
I think I might hate LSU just almost as much, and I don't know.
Whew.
I was like, I don't mind
That
Texas.
ugly
I
yellow.
prefer
Ugh.
Texas being good going that game because they actually have something to lose.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, it's better for both schools if they're both, highly ranked, and but Texas, don't be marking your entrance into that Big 12. You still got to into the Big 12 championship. You still got to deal with Iowa
They
State.
know that it comes through Norman.
Yeah, it comes through.
That's
it
right.
comes through here, and then the rest of you guys have got to fight it out. And you've got, I think TCU is going to be better. I dang sure know Iowa State's going to be better.
Yeah, I would say it's going to be good. Baylor's going to be pretty good.
Baylor's going to be pretty good.
I'm telling you
So
what,
They
that
haven't beat
receiving core
Oklahoma.
Baylor, it's
That-
legit.
They haven't beat Oklahoma State like in Texas in forever. So
Yeah.
that's like right after LSU. So
it's better, for us if Texas is, but
Well, I doubt Texas will ever play Maryland again. So,
yeah. But they've got LSU. That'll be a big game for them, and if they do win, that'll shut up some of the, SEC
yeah.
Texas
homers.
had some bragging rights too against SEC, beating Georgia and LSU
Yeah.
back-to-back years.
Yeah.
But
Well, the Big 12 last year in bowl games went 3-1 against the
Yeah.
SEC, so it's not like we can't already say you're not nearly as good
Yeah.
as you think you are.
yeah,
You're top heavy, and that's
yeah.
it.
No, you got Alabama and Georgia.
That's it.
Everybody else is a good football team. You're not SEC.
Some of them are good, some of them are not so good.
Yeah.
So-
But any other thoughts on Texas? So
Sure. I mean, it's gonna be a fun year this year. Hopefully.
yeah. So there you have it, Sooner fans. Your top 10 players that all the Texans down there love to hate.
All 830 of them.
Oh, 830 of them. 63% of the state of Texas hates Baker Mayfield. So, but we just thought we'd share that again. What was the fella's name that
Randy from Blanchard.
Randy from Blanchard? Appreciate your running up to Rob and showing it to him. Give us something a little extra for you Sooner fans out there. But that's it for this podcast. We will catch you the next time around. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.
Boomer Caleb.
Boomer.
Thanks for listening to the Sooner Football Fans Podcast. Sooner Football Fans Podcast is hosted by Rob Nixon, Terry Long, and occasionally Caleb Long. It is produced at the beautiful Podcast Palace in Norman, Oklahoma. Follow us on Twitter at SoonerFBFans and like our Facebook page at Facebook.com/Sooner Football Fans, and visit our website at www.SoonerFootballFans.com to read our blogs and keep up with our tailgating activities. Boomer Sooner, everyone.